As the Aztecs came to dominate central Mexico, there were still a few independent nations that avoided Aztec submission. One was Tlaxcala, a nation to the east of the Aztec heartland. Although independent, Tlaxcala would never be able to compete with the Aztec Empire. It became clear at the time that joining the Conquistadores would be the right decision to end Aztec domination. The Tlaxcallans would become one of the biggest assets for the Conquistadores. However, world history books often only highlight them during the conquest of Mexico to never be mentioned again. However, in this video, we will briefly discuss who they were before the arrival of the Conquistadores. The Tlaxcaltecas were a sister culture to the Aztecs or the Mexicas, as they were also from the homeland of Aztlan and spoke the same language, Nahuatl. They left Aztlan earlier than the Aztecs and probably arrived in the Valley of Mexico in the 11 or 1200s. At this time, they were known as the Teo-Chichimeca. In the Valley of Anahuac, they settled on the eastern shore of Texcoco, from the permission of the city of Texcoco. However, conflict arose between the Tlaxcallans and the Mexicas as the two groups fought. This led to the Tlaxcallans who split into three groups. One group would migrate north of Texcoco, while another went further north into the modern-day state of Hidalgo. And the other, which was the largest group, migrated south to Puebla and to Veracruz, only to turn back and settle in the modern-day state of Tlaxcala. By this time, it was around the late 1200s or early 1300s, and they had encountered the Olemca-Xicallanca, who had already established cities in the region. The Tlaxcallans would settle on the mountains north of the modern-day state of Tlaxcala to establish their future city of Tepetipac. From here, the Tlaxcallans would engage in a war with the Olemca-Xicallanca and started to expel them out of the area. The Tlaxcaltecas would later expand and conquer cities in the region and establish three more main cities: Ocotelolco, Tizatlan, and Quiahuiztlan. Together, these four main cities would establish a confederation. Each city would have its own ruler, judges, and collect taxes from their conquered cities and towns. As the Tlaxcalans expanded, so did their role in central Mexico. They would participate as an ally to the Ocolwas to overthrow the Tepanec Empire of Azcapotzalco. However, it would be the Mexicas, Ocolwas, and Tepanecs of Tlalcopan who would capture Azcapotzalco in 1428. By 1450, the Aztec Triple Alliance and the Tlaxcalans had agreed to participate in the Flower Wars, a war to only capture warriors for sacrifice. It would be agreed that the cities of Huejotzinco and Cholula would ally with the Tlaxcalans during these wars to match the alliance of Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlalcopan. By the 16th century, the success of the Aztec Empire eventually surrounded the Tlaxcalan nation, blocking their own expansion, economic necessities, and trade, especially with the people of Veracruz. This created a major bitterness and resentment to the Aztecs, perhaps fearing that one day they would be absorbed as subjects to the Aztec Empire. An opportunity to prevent this came as new arrivals landed in Veracruz in 1519. One of the most influential moments in human history was underway.